friends, Trucker Nene here, sitting at a different angle for you guys. So I'm in Kentucky, and I know you guys are talking about my hat collection, and there is a beautiful blue Kentucky hat that's got my name written all over it inside this truck stop that I'm gonna get. But today I pulled this one out of my arsenal because I thought it went well with my new shirt, which is positive vibes only. Speaking of positive vibes only, wishful thinking will only get you so far in life, right? Today is one of those days where everything was going along fine, and then boom, something happened. Didn't dampen my spirit, but something happened. So let's chat about it right after this. Sorry, I had an interruption. So, a welcomed interruption, but nonetheless. So let's talk about this. So I'm on Load Choice. Like I've talked about before, it's not a true Load Choice board. It's Load Choice. It's a program we're testing in Prime. And I don't want to get into the particulars on here, but there's some challenges with it. I don't know if they're working on them, but nonetheless, let me tell you my story. So I have a number of choices that pop up, and initially, if you look at the load mileage and what it's paying, you're like, oh, that's a decent rate per mile, right? But I caution you, not to be so quick to accept that load in fear of other people picking it up, because if you expand the Load Choice page and actually look at the details of that load, that very load that looked like a great rate per mile and still is spread over 4 days. So if you thought you were going to pick it up and deliver tomorrow or deliver in the evening because there's so few miles, but you end up having it for 4 days, that rate then sucks, because I have a certain rate per day that I need to make, and when I get a load and it's held over, then I'm like, now this load sucks. Even though I'm not moving and putting wear and tear on my tires and running through fuel, I'm still fueling a reefer. Still have to keep that going. Plus, I'm now babysitting a load where I could be picking up, moving, right? Keep the wheels moving. That's how you make your money. So, how does this affect me, or why are you even telling me this story? Well, that's a little background. So here's how this plays into today for me. I chose a load, and the pickup was this morning, the Thursday, April 2nd. I have an 02, which means my next stop, and then I have a 90, which means that's my final stop, which my trailer should be empty then. So I have 2 stops. There were no appointments set for the 02 or the 90. It just said that they would be delivered on the 3rd, which is Friday. So I'm like, that's fine. I will get as far as I can, at a truck stop, and then I'll wait for the appointment time to be scheduled, and then I'll run the 02, run the 90. I'll be done with the load tomorrow. All good. That's, So I pick the load up. I drive as far as I can on my 14 because my 14 expired, so I'm at a truck stop now. The appointment times did not come across, so I reached out to my fleet manager and said, hey, can you send me the appointment times so that way I can plan my day out? I'm about to take my 10-hour. So he says, yep, I'm working on it now. 15, 20 minutes later, something like that, the O2 appointment comes up, and I look at that, and then while I'm looking at that, I hear another message come through, and I know that that's the 90 appointment. So I'm looking at the O2, and my assumption, notice how I use the word assumption, because when you do that, you make an ass out of you and me. I assumed, because it was a meat load, it would deliver early Friday morning, like 2 o'clock, 3 a.m., something like that, right? And then the 90 would be a couple hours after that, and I'd be done early morning Friday with the load. The O2 comes across, and it's for the 3rd, which is tomorrow, like I expected, but 10 o'clock tomorrow night. 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So right now it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I've been sitting here for almost 5 hours. I will get my 34 in. I hate sitting. So I'm like, okay. And then, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, so then the 90, not having looked at it yet, the 90 would come, the 90 would be probably then early Saturday morning, because the O2 is Friday night, and I'll be a day behind, but that's okay. So I look at the 90 appointment, and that is scheduled for Monday. Monday! I picked up the load today. It only had to go like 227 miles. And my first delivery is tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, Friday. And then I only have like 20 miles to go to my 90. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So the good rate that I was getting based on the dates that were in load choice for the delivery mean absolutely nothing now. Like, to me, because I also do a rate per day, I've lost on this load, because I would have to babysit it, right? So I reached out to my fleet manager and I said, look, I gave him my explanation. I chose the load based on the delivery dates of Friday the 3rd. The O2 came through for Friday. The 90 is for Monday. I cannot babysit this load. Like, please help me out. And he said he'd do what he can, right? So he tried to figure it out. He got back to me. It's not the best solution, but I'm okay with it because he worked with me, and I don't know that he could have done anything better. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to run to my appointment tomorrow night at 10 o'clock for my O2 delivery. And then I'm going to take the trailer and drop it off at a customer yard so somebody else can repower it. Now, when I go to drop it off, you guys, it's a meat load, and it'll be dropped off late Friday night, very early Saturday morning. So I have to make sure that that reefer is topped off, because it needs to be running the whole weekend at 28 degrees. And then somebody will come in and repower it, do the delivery on Monday. And so, am I happy that I still have to sit with this load till tomorrow night? No. Plus, there's nothing to do in this area. I mean, it's great. I love Love's because they have dog parks. So Jake's getting a lot of activity, which is good. I'm getting some activity, which is good. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just do not like to sit. I want to be running. I like to crush the numbers. But that's my cautionary tale. Like, if you are on load choice, or if you are going to embark upon it, do not just look at the first page. And if you have seen load choice, you know what I'm talking about, where it just comes up with the 3 loads presented to you, and you get very minimal information, but it's enough information for you to want to select something right away, because you don't want anybody else to take that load from you. Take a quick minute and pop open the window and see the details, because had I seen that this was scheduled for a final drop on Monday, like a final delivery on Monday, I would have never taken this load. Not for the rate it was paying. It wouldn't pay. It just would not pay. So that's how my good day turned into a terrible day. But I'm gonna make the most of it. Like I said, it's beautiful. You guys, it's got to be like 70 some degrees here. And it's early enough in the day, so once the star, Jake, wakes up from his nap, we'll probably hit the dog park again, go for a little walk. I'm going to try to stay up as long as I can today because now my sleep schedule is all screwed up. I mean, I will go ape crazy sitting here for 34 hours. And it's not like I can take an Uber to... Where am I going to take an Uber to? Nowhere. There's nowhere to go. Nothing's open. Nothing's open. On another good note, I had a good conversation with my son today. He's just filled with brilliant ideas. Like, I just love that kid. And he and his girlfriend are working on something that I hope goes really, really big. If it does, like if they pull it off, I'm going to share it with you guys on here, because I think it's pretty cool, and I say, why not? Give it a shot. What do you have to lose? So you fail, so you learn from it, so you try something else. Big deal, right? It's not that you fail, it's how you get back up, or that you do get back up. So, all right, enough of that. I'm gonna go and try to have some fun in Kentucky. I'm going to get my blue Kentucky hat in the truck stop. The next time you see me, I won't be wearing this one. I'll be wearing the blue Kentucky. God, I love hats. Love them. I don't always go for like the state. Like this one says Texas, I think. Yeah. I like the sports team ones. I like Notre Dame Irish. That was my father's alma mater for both undergrad and law school. So, he was actually, bit of trivia, he was actually in the same class as Regis Philbin. If you guys remember Regis and Kelly live. I don't know why I shared that, but I do like Notre Dame. All right. I gotta open the curtain back up because it's getting steamy up in here. Be safe, everyone. Yeah. We're amidst a pandemic. The crazies are getting crazier. Evil is about us. Or around us. Yeah. But we got this. We're the Trucker Nation. All right, bye guys.